Hello everyone and welcome back to the Custard experience and welcome back to Autonauts. This episode we are focusing on tier 4 clothing. However, in between the last episode and this episode I did notice a slight problem with our weeds and berries and mushroom and cereal storage. So what I've done for those 4 areas, the weeds and the berries, the weeds over there, the berries over there, mushrooms over there, and cereal over there, I expanded the crop to be a full section rather than just vertical stripes. And that seems to be helping. I had to reprogram some of the bots. And for the weeds and the cereal and the mushrooms, the bots, I repurposed them. I changed them slightly so the seed fetches, the ones that fetch the in cereal, the fetch the seeds, and the weed fetcher and the mushroom fetchers, they now fetch that item until their hands are full. And then they will try to plant that item immediately without going to the storage first. And only if they can't find something or somewhere to plant that item, then only do they go store it in the storage. So that seems to be working fine for the cereal at least. This guy, they're looking for seeds, okay. I might have to expand them into bigger areas if the storages don't catch up. And in this episode, the weeds is going to be a particular problem, and I will get into that in a minute. Some other things I did since the last episode, I added some more watery porridge guys into the mix. I reprogrammed the watery porridge cereal delivery guys, and there's now 2 of them that run around. The clay guy that fetches the clay pots from this area and delivers over here, I gave him a friend. There's now 2 of them that are waiting for a shout to come deliver pots. I paused a bunch of the forestry pots because this area was getting really messy with it was basically empty land with lots of logs lying around, and we were definitely keeping up with the resources, so I'll keep an eye on it, and if we're running low on resources again, then I'll just unpause some of these bots again. And I gave the Wonderbot a couple of extra points to run to. I previously decided not to give the clay bots any Mark II upgrades, but I decided they can do with some Mark II upgrades, so that I can upgrade all the bots to Mark II. So Wonderbot is now going into this area in addition to his normal routes. The one change I did to the berry bots is the berries don't require a digger, so I had temporarily assigned a bot to dig up more holes everywhere in this area, and the berry fetchers, for a short while I had them do the same thing as the cereal, where they would pick up the berries and plant first before taking to storage, but now it's all just picking and taking to storage. The berries work fine like that. So the downside of having, I think specifically the berries, I don't think this problem exists for the cereal and for the weeds and for the mushrooms, is that the bots do end up walking quite slow in between the berry bushes. But I think that's fine. They are kind of catching up, or they're keeping up at least with the berry bushes. So I don't think it's a big deal. I might actually have too many berry fetches or not enough berry bushes. I'll figure that out later. Okay. Anyway, so this episode, tier 4 clothing. Let me show you what that looks like. So the tier 4 clothing is the jumper. And the jumper requires a poncho, a wool blanket, and string. We're already making ponchos, we're already making wool blankets. But the poncho requires a wool blanket, so if I just start using my existing stash of wool blankets to start making jumpers, I'm not going to have enough wool blankets to make the poncho, so I'm going to have to rejigger the clothing area. And then I also require string, and I don't make string yet, so I'm going to have to start making string, and that requires a crude string maker and loose weeds, which I'm currently using for food, which is why I expanded this area to increase the weed production. And it seems to not be enough. I hope that gets fixed. I'm gonna have to I'll rethink it once we're done with this episode and see what I can do. Anyway, so what do I need to do to prepare for the clothing? So these pots over here, they currently do not store anything other than the poncho in a storage crate. I'm going to change it so that the wool and the blankets and the ponchos and the string that I'm going to do and the jumper that I'll eventually do, they're all going to get stored in crates, in storage crates, in the boxes. So what do I need for that? I need a bunch more bots, please, thank you, and I am going to need a bunch more of these. I'm going to need 2 extra for the blankets, 2 extra for the ponchos, and then probably 4 for the jumpers. So I'm going to need 8 of these. 3, 4, 1, come on, 2, you're in the way, bot. There we go. No. There. That's 8. Okay, and then I need string makers. Where are you? Ah, there we go. Crude string maker. I'm gonna need all those. Okay. And I am definitely going to need maybe a bit more of that. And maybe a bit more of that. There we go. Alright. So while that is going, I can focus on rejiggering these guys to move things to storage. So the storage can quite handily... I might have to build some more of this. Okay, so I can quite handily just put storage over there, storage over there, storage over there, and I think there and there. So the first one will be for the wool. Oopsie. These are blueprints. That will be wool, that will be wool blanket, that will be poncho, that will be string, that will be jumper. Okay. Oh, I've already got ponchos. So that's fine. Let me just... do that. And put some road down. They're definitely going to use it. Okay, so then ponchos I can just move there. They'll survive. Okay. So I need to find... Okay, let's reprogram the fleece one will be fine. He's taking it. It would be the wool station. Okay, cool. This guy. He needs to change until that storage is full, and then instead of adding to those two stations, he just needs to take it to the storage. So let me show you how to do that. Like that, please. Thank you. So just do that. And do that until your hands are empty. If your hands are empty, go and fetch wool in that area, yes please. And do that until that is full. Perfect. You can just keep on doing that. Okay, wonderful. So then I need to do the same thing with the wool blankets to ponchos. And technically I don't need that. I've got to think about it. Because if it's full, he's just going to stand there and wait for it to be full. So let me actually just do that. Yep, okay, and I'm actually going to do the same thing with this guy. You just keep on going until you can't put anything in there anymore. Okay. The one thing I need to do with the blanket guy is his pickup area is going to have to expand because I'm going to add more rocking chairs for him to target. So that's that. And then the same thing with the ponchos to storage. So you need to please expand your pickup area. If hands are empty, is it twice? Interesting. If hands are empty, repeat until your hands are full, then go to the poncho storage and okay, yep, that's fine. Okay, perfect. So now I've got these 3 rows going into storage. Now what I can do is let me fetch the chairs that are finished. And I've got the string makers as well, and I might as well just fetch the road. Okay, cool. Okay, so then I need to put another one of these over there. This needs to be a wool blanket. That needs to be a wool blanket. Currently, there's nothing taking stuff out of the storage and putting it into these things, so I'll definitely need to create those spots. And that's up next. So I'm gonna queue up some more pots because I know I'm gonna need. So then, clothing, wool to station. Oop, no, there we go. So now this one, the wool. I need you to fetch that 4 times. Okay, if your hands are empty, then okay, let me just do that 4 times so I can show him what to do. From there, I want you to go there. And there. And there. Technically I can just copy the program and update the target. But that's why I get to see the awesome rocking chair action. Okay, so do that 4 times. And then all of that until, and this is my stopper. Right, so repeat until that is full. Whatever. Okay. So I will only place string into these rocking chairs if the blanket storage is not full. So yeah, no, it's not a repeat. So it's an if that is not full, then do this one time, and then do that for you. Okay. So there we go. So now I'm making wool blankets, and I've got the guy picking up the wool blankets already. Perfect. Same thing for clothing. Wool blanket to station. So I need you to fetch a wool blanket 4 times. And this 4 is obviously just the number of chairs that I've got. If I want to expand it, I can, you know, make it fetch 6 times or whatever. I don't want it to be until hands full, because then he's just carrying blankets around that it doesn't need any sense. Okay, so do that 4 times, and then do that if your hands are empty. And do that. So copy that, paste, copy that, paste, that update to be the second one, that update to be the third one, and this is just the other way of operating. I'm showing what to do. And then do, select all of this. If Poncho storage is not full, then do that, please. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Okay, so now we are doing wool and blankets and ponchos. Great. So that's what we've been doing all along. I just have a storage in the middle of that process now. Now let's make string. I'm gonna need, there we go. I'm gonna need the string maker, so I'm just gonna yeah, okay, so string, and I might as well place the chairs for the jumpers down. Okay, so the string maker wants flooring. I definitely want to add flooring there and tracks there and tracks there. Perfect. Well, might as well just fold that up, that area up as well, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, so that means the string can live there, and that's where the jumper ends up. Now, it's quite a trek for the clothing provider guy that closed the folk to actually move to this area. Yeah, I'm not going to undo that. He's just going to have to walk a bit further. I think it's fine. Okay. So now let's make string. Okay. How do we make string? So we go here, we say we're going to make string, please. And then string is literally just carrying 5 loose weeds and dropping it in here. So how do I do that? That's fairly easy. I will just, because it's just one ingredient, I can do a program that just, all this guy does is oh dear, he doesn't have any weeds to fetch. Oh no. Okay, let me just pause my food prep guys for a little bit. Just pause so that my weeds guys can catch up. Here they come. There you are. Okay. So please fetch from there. Yeah, I'm so gonna have a problem with weeds. storage. Right, repeat that until your hands are full. If your hands are empty, do that please. Hands empty. Okay. So then I'm gonna just do that. Do I want all hands full? No, I don't want until hands full. I want 4 times as well. And that will make sense in a moment. So then I want him to do the same thing as the... Oh wait, no, there, do that one first, then that one, then that one, and then that one please. So go from bottom to top, okay. And then do that if the string storage is not full. And do that further. Okay, so he will, it will take him 5 trips to the weed storage to end up making 4 strings. But I'm gonna give him some friends. So him. There will be 4 of them. So it'll take between the 4 of them 1 trip. No. 5. Oh, I need 1 more. 1 more. So between the 5 of them, it'll take 1 trip for each of them to make 4 strings. That's a lot of weeds for string. I might actually just consider creating a weed farm, especially just for the strings, right next door. That might actually be an excellent idea. I think what I'll do just in the meantime, just to prepare for that, let's just put a gate in there. Right, anyway, so let's start these guys. That should be catching up. There's lots in there. Mushrooms and berries, those are full. These are okay, catching up. Great. The berries, beautiful. And is this is a positive number, not 0, so that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let me do that. I'm gonna just add 3 weed bigger uppers. Yeah man, just go. Okay. So I'm not quite done with the string yet. I need to have a string fetcher. All he's gonna do is he's gonna in this area. It will be a 1x7. I think it's 1x7. Perfect. 1x7 area. Do that until your hands are full. Do that if your hands are empty. And deliver over there. Until your hands are empty. Just do that for forever. Yeah, you need to do it forever. Okay, beautiful. That's strings sorted. Then we can finally move on to the jumper. So jumpers are tier 4 that we can make. There's the toga that requires bulrush cloth, and there's the dress that requires cotton cloth. I'm not doing cotton or bulrush at this stage. It may change. Okay, so what does this require? A poncho, a wool blanket, and string, which happens to be right next to each other. So that's fairly easy to do. Let me just sort this out quick. Weeds go in there. Clothing goes up there. More bots, please. Okay. So, clothing, jumper. I will just make one bot to everything in one go. So you Take one there, pick it up, or drop it there. Pick that up, drop it over there, pick it up, drop it over there. That makes it. Ta-da, done. Okay. Then also, you can just pick it up and go and drop it in the storage. Just pick up after yourself. And purely because I like to do that then. So that's all of that. If that is not full. And all of that forever. Oh. That one was not in the right spot. Okay. So if the jumper storage is not full, fetch a blanket, drop a blanket. Fetch a poncho, drop a poncho. Fetch a string, drop a string. Fetch all the jumpers in the area and go drop it in the storage. Okay. Done. And then, you don't have to watch me doing this, but I will take him, copy his program to 3 more bots, and update their destinations. So let me do that quick. Okay, there we go. I've got 4 jumper makers. They all just go to their own crude clothing station, and they make jumpers based on just fetching the ingredients and putting it into the storage. Now, the weeds problem will kind of eventually equalize, because the amount of these guys will end up stopping making strings eventually, because the jumper storage will be full, and with 3 stations, I'm definitely going to be making jumpers quicker than I'm going to be able to need to clothe these folk. So, oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to fix that. Sorry, I'm just gonna let me finish that thought. I'm gonna make jumpers quicker than I'm gonna clothe folk. So that's fine. It'll eventually sort itself out. But I've currently got the food paused, and that's not good, because these are gonna run out because they're getting fed. So I'm gonna have to make a plan with the bees. What I'm gonna do now, in the meantime though, is let me just put these guys over here, and I realize I accidentally deleted the WAV storage earlier. Oh no. Okay. So let me just. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. So let me. I'm going to put it over here. Sure. Let me fix that quick. One moment. Okay, fixed. I just had to reprogram the WAV fetches to go and find the crate again, and the WAV to research guys to go and fetch from that again. I don't know how that happened. The storage must have been empty. The game doesn't allow you to delete storage if it's got contents. It must have been empty. Okay, let me just quickly give the WAV to research guys a little bit of road to walk on. Sure, that will just make their lives a little bit easier. Okay. I think that's it. That is it for this episode. I've created jumpers. Ta-da! And that's full. Okay. So we now have tier 4 food, which is being stored in here. We have tier 4 clothing. Next episode is housing. I thought about adding it into this episode, but the housing is quite complicated. Oh, what great timing. The research finally completed. That 250,000 WUV research. Okay, so clay jars, I think that's for a tier 5. Roof tiles is probably for tier 5 as well. Flower pot. Flower pot is interesting. You can plant flower seeds on here, and I think they produce more seeds and more bunches of flowers than just planting them in the ground, I think. Clay dish, I think that's for tier 5 as well, and the good clay station is probably for the clay dish, so none of that is needed right now. Let's have a look and see what other research we can do. You know, I'm gonna go and fetch. Yeah, I'm gonna go and fetch an egg. There we go. I knew there was a chicken wandering around here somewhere, and I'm gonna go and fetch the egg. And that will allow me to get some chickens, put them in a hen house, and farm chickens. So that's interesting. Why are these guys hanging around? He doesn't... This guy, what are you doing? Oh, that's interesting. So they must have... I'm going to just quickly stop and start them. These holes must have been dug after they got stuck over here. So I'm just going to get them to dig those holes. Weeds. Yeah, this thing is going to be... Oh, I need hole diggers. Okay. That I can do. That's easy enough to fix. Hole diggers, please. Weeds. Hole diggers, go. Dig lots of holes, please. And then these guys can plant more weeds. Okay, last thing I'm going to do before wrapping up this episode is I'm going to unpause the food prep. Did that unpausing properly? Yes, okay, great. So they can start, they can carry on doing the food. Hopefully that we'll find out next episode how that goes. Okay, and we are done. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and all of the goodness. If you like what you see and you'd like to see more, it really helps me to see that there are people coming back. My name is Newt. You've been watching the Custard Experience. I will see you in the next episode. See ya.